Okay, so I want to talk about success and wealth, and the message today is about not comparing ourselves, because I think if you're running a business, a coaching business, a healing business, a spiritual business, breathwork business, it's really easy to compare yourself to others. I know I do it myself, and it's not simple because we are all individual. We all have like an individual mission, individual challenges. So if you have children, it's going to take you a lot longer unless you have like massive support systems around you. It's going to take you much longer to be successful in business. So if you're getting coaching from somebody who doesn't have that level of responsibility, it's not really going to resonate with you because they don't understand those personal challenges that you have. Like for me, when the weeks that I have my kids, like success to me is, have they eaten well? Have I limited their screen time? Is the kitchen vaguely tidy? Have I remembered everything on the school admin? That to me is success. Anything else is a fucking bonus. Obviously, when I don't have the kids, then I'm able to create, to do other things, to juggle house renovations. But then obviously the more children you have, the more challenges you have. If you're having health issues, if you're in burnout, if you've got neurodivergence, if you've got other shit going on, this is all going to affect how you show up in business. So this is an invitation to really give yourself like a pat on the back. Like personally, I have been in business since 2019 and the growth of my business has been small. So it started off not even paying any tax, and then like earning, like I've never really earned more than 20,000 a year. I think that was the peak, and then it's actually dropped off the last year or so because of the challenges that I was going through, that I couldn't actually show up. And this is the thing, like we see 6-7 figure businesses and think, oh, if I'm not making that, then I'm a failure. But that's bullshit. It takes so much time and so much effort, support, understanding of social media, marketing, showing up on here, finance, everything. Like I have support as well to help, and even then it's tough. So I am so grateful to everybody who has supported me. And I want to say as well about this, it's a really difficult thing because there is a lot of money issues, especially where we live in the Northeast. There's a lot of poverty consciousness, and one of my personal missions, one of my grid work missions, and I'm going to really try and speak in a really grounded, normal way about this stuff because it sounds sometimes a little bit woo-woo, and I've started to get triggered a bit with people that are in this like word salady. So grid work is a form of earth healing, but it also has benefits to you personally. So the earth isn't just this physical material world, it's also like an energetic, it has an energetic hologram. You know, we know this because, you know, if you're thinking about somebody and they ring you, things can manifest. You can be thinking about something and then it just happens. Like it doesn't just have a physical materiality, there's also an energetic aspect as well. So grid work is this amazing form of earth healing which helps the planet. And when you go through grid work training, grid work initiation, you're given a personal grid work mission. So my personal grid work mission is to bring providence. Those were the exact words that I got when I got my grid work mission from the trees a few years ago, which again sounds nuts, but a couple of 100 years ago it wasn't. Like we were so much more connected to the earth. Anyway, I connected to the trees after going through my grid work training, and they showed me. So in the Northeast we have experienced a lot, and this is where a lot of the wealth came from in terms of money, and it came from coal mining, so, and other forms of mining. So we extracted materials from the earth that made a very small amount of people rich. But what it did is it impoverished the land and it impoverished the grids. And so energetically there's a lot of holes and places where there's been mining that is now basically it's like spinning out this poverty consciousness. So if you go to a lot of coal mining places, not only did they have the trauma of the strikes and what happened with Thatcher and things like that, you also have these areas of like void, and you can feel it in the air. So one of my personal missions is to go and do grid work in these places, to refill and to create new grids and to create like providence grids to provide like to help overcome this poverty consciousness that's here in the spirit of the land within the people. So yeah, even if you're not understanding the words of this, on some level you might be able to just feel it. And so I invite you to go for a walk into a lot of towns in the north, and just you can just feel it. But when people have wealth and they have access to money, they vibrate differently, and this is what we need to recover, is our ability to receive wealth, to hold wealth, to not feel that it's shame or whatever issues we have about money. So where am I going with this? So yeah, I feel that it's part of my path, my destiny, things that I need to work on, is to be a 6-7 figure business owner. Obviously I'm very far removed from that at the moment, but I'm not coming from a place of ego with it. I'm coming from a place that I want to serve. So one of my visions that I had years ago when I first started to do shamanic journeying, I was shown that one of my purposes is to create a retreat center somewhere in the land, and that is, not only is it there to serve people, it's there for people who are having a spiritual awakening or burnout or just in need of a place to go just to recover. Because sometimes, life, you have a bereavement, or you just feel like you just need to check in to this place where you're held and you're supported and you're loved and you're cared for, and you have like therapists and breath work and just people to hold you and massage, and just places where you can just be like outside of this society. Like that's one aspect to it. But then the other aspect is about rewilding. So creating as much land as we can possibly buy and rewild it, so giving it back to nature. And then part of the people's healing is going to be able to walk in these places and see like roaming herds of animals like we used to have, like to create like a British savannah. So this is, and for that I need money, I need access to money, and that's why I really want to be successful. And so I want to help break the patterns for my clients, for the people that I work with. So yeah, that is a really long transmission. That's almost like a podcast. But I'm working in the background at the moment to make my offerings more accessible, to make things just run in the background. And that's some of the things that I'm going to be sharing and teaching as part of my business coaching. So some of the things that I'm offering over the summer that you can sign up for are, there's a free class where you can access and understand more about shamanism. So that's free. So I'll put a link in here. I've started to share details about embodied shamanism, which is my 10-month accredited shamanic training program, which is so fucking amazing. I also have a couple of breathwork facilitator apprentices starting in September. I'm also running grid work, which starts on 11/11, so in November, and there's also some details of some in-person retreats and individual one-to-one coaching with me as well, so I can actually share some of these things that are just going to make my life so easy. And if you're running a business, like I can help you put the things in place so that you can just work and then have time to like spend with your family and set these systems up so that you can actually get things to work for you in the background. So much love. Oh my god, that was nearly 10 minutes, but that just needed to be shared today. So yeah, lots of love and links below and how you can access this.